The problem is with one of your offspring is having problems in school because he's charged with being disruptive?
Yes.
Well, you have to find out what he's actually doing to be disruptive, and then talk to him about that, and then tell him why he's there at the school. He's not there to be disruptive. He's there to learn, and tell him why he's there to learn, and just have a long talk with him. What is the purpose of a school? That, is it a playground? Well, you do have playtime, but when you're not playing, you have to be learning. Now, what are you learning for? You have to tell him all this. In other words, basically, just tell him what everything is about. Because in a young person's mind, the world is a very, 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 very small place. And so they just go by what's happening at the moment and what they're looking at the moment. You have to, at some point, sit down and talk to any person, not just a young person, sometimes old people, and give them a world perspective on everything and how they fit into it. And so then, if there's a reason for the person being what they call, quote, unquote, disruptive, then they'll be able to see things on a much grander scale. That's the whole thing about anybody being calm in any situation. People have a tendency to be calmer and that's people of all ages, or creatures for that matter. They have a tendency to be calmer and more, you might say, thoughtful when they have a grander view of their environment, meaning they understand why everything is the way it is. I mean, why the people that they're looking at are coming and going, where those people are going to do when they go. Where is that person going walking down the street? And what is that person going to do when that person gets where that person is going? That office building over down the block there, what do the people do in that office building? And for what ultimate purpose? See, when you start getting that grander view, when you start seeing the world in that particular setting, that everybody is doing something for a reason. That's the main thing you focus on. Everyone is doing something for a reason. That squirrel going up the trunk of the tree. I mean, what is the squirrel doing at that very moment? I mean, is it playing or is it working? And if it's working to do what? In order to accomplish what? See, in other words, start getting into the child's mind. Just don't send them to the school and turn them loose, because when they do, they'll do what they're used to doing, and that is just jumping up and down and doing things and doing whatever comes to mind. And they'll continue to do that until they start listening to what's going on in the class and say, what am I learning this for? What are they talking about? And what am I supposed to do with what I'm learning? And then they are in a question mode. Once all people get in a question mode, that is the mode they should be in. Why? Because all problems for all people and all creatures are solved through the process of questions and answers.